Everybody. Well, welcome to Family Feud, everybody. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. Got a good one for you today, returning for their second day with a total of $20,000. From Atlanta, Georgia, it's the champs, it's the Eddings family. And they're back from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. It's the Tellerico family. Everybody's here trying to win themselves a lot of cash. Somebody might have a shot at driving out of here in a brand new car. Give me Chris, give me Cynthia. This is a good one. Top 7 answers on the board, guys. Here we go. Name someone you'd be surprised to hear was Queen Elizabeth's favorite rapper.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. That's okay. She just walks off.
I'm so sorry,
No, I
Steve.
understand. You said that. I understand.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. We
Okay.
here.
Come on,
Michael,
Come on,
name
Michael.
someone you'd be surprised to hear was Queen Elizabeth's favorite rapper.
Well, if we got Jay-Z on the board, we got to go with his man Kanye West.
Yes!
Kanye West. Tyler, name someone you'd be surprised to hear was Queen Elizabeth's favorite rapper.
I would say Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Scotty, name somebody you'd be surprised to hear was Queen Elizabeth's favorite rapper.
I'm gonna say 2 Chainz, Steve.
And would be shocking. I guess I love 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz. We got one.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on our digital platforms or on our CBS 19 app. As always, we're grateful to have you. I'm meteorologist Chandler Jordan out of our CBS 19 Weather Center. Quite the day we've had so far today, and recently, within the past hour to an hour and a half, we have had a tornado watch that was issued for all the counties that you see in pink and purple here on the bottom of your screen. This is expected to last until 4 p.m. Now, this includes counties such as Sabine County, San Augustine County, as well as Angelina and Trinity County. So those of you who have any loved ones near places such as Trinity, Lufkin, into Huntington, Diboll, Zavala, through San Augustine, and even into Hemp Hill, definitely want to make sure they're staying weather aware. They can always download our CBS 19 app and join us here for some coverage that we're going to have throughout the morning, or you can keep up with us on social media as well. So before we hop on to CBS 19 radar, I want to show you where the line of storms is right now. Now, once we get to later on today, as we see this line of thunderstorms continue to progress eastward, we will see showers and thunderstorms continue to weaken, and we will also see counties from the tornado watch dropped as deemed necessary by the Storm Prediction Center. So once you see this main line that you see on the screen right now, once it's past you, like for people such as in Emory, Canton, Athens, Palestine, and Crockett, the main line's already made its way through. Still, you're dealing with some heavier rain, gusty winds, maybe an occasional rumble or two of thunder, but by no means do you have a severe threat the rest of the day. And then once you're clear, like you see towards the Metroplex and west of Dallas towards Fort Worth and into western Texas, the rain's done for today, and it will be for the remainder of the week and into our Halloween weekend, which we'll get to our 7-day forecast momentarily. But the latest look at CBS 19 radar shows over the past couple of radar scans, we've really seen what was a disconnective line of showers and thunderstorms become a little more organized, especially for northern portions of our area along Interstate 20. as well as Interstate 30, and really the strongest of showers and thunderstorms that we've seen so far today currently through deep East Texas. And you can see the heavier rain making its way into Nacogdoches as well as into Lufkin. So zooming on in, timing it out, this line moving eastward at 30 to 35 miles per hour. This means that places such as Gilmer are likely to see some heavier rain on your doorstep any moment now. Those of you in Longview, heavier rain is going to arrive on your doorstep here at around 9:15. Dotson, 9:32. That's later on this morning. Harrelton as well as Timpson for 9:37 and 9:44. So again, this line moving anywhere from 30 to 35 miles per hour eastward. If you have loved ones along Interstate 20, as well as loved ones maybe in places like I had mentioned, Longview towards Gilmer, Mount Pleasant, this line of thunderstorms continues to move eastward here and will continue to do so over the next couple of hours. Now, those of you for our far eastern counties, places such as Atlanta into Carthage, Marshall, and Jefferson, and Linden, you will get some rainfall. It's just going to be a little bit longer before it arrives into your area, closer to the 10 and 10:30 hour. As we continue to progress southward, you'll notice another area where we've got some heavier showers and thunderstorms right now. So far, 9:12 is where we could see some heavy rain arriving into Nacogdoches. Through Angelina County, places such as Zavala, Lufkin, Huntington, you'll see some heavy rain, gusty winds, and frequent lightning on your doorstep here in the next 20 to 30 minutes. A little farther south, we do have some heavier rain that's continuing to move just to the south of our far southern counties. Chester, you'll continue to see some heavy rain on your doorstep around 9:30 this morning. Already seeing some heavy rain move through Livingston, and this will continue again to move eastward at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. Hopefully we can see a little bit of forward progression on this as it continues to move eastward into our area. Remember, we do have a tornado watch that's in effect, and we've already seen three now that have been issued just to our south towards Port Arthur, just to the east of Beaumont. We've got a warning that's in effect right now, and we've got two that are in effect just to the north of the Houston metro near Spring, Texas. And these both are moving eastward. So I'd say if you have any loved ones that live near Baytown, Liberty, Winnie, definitely want to make sure they're staying weather aware, and you can tune into our sister station, KHOU, and they'll have the latest forecast for you there. And I'm sure that they are currently live at the moment. Also, towards Beaumont as well as Port Arthur, we do have a couple of tornado warnings again that have been issued, and these will continue to move off to the north and east. Looking at sky cams across the area, I'm going to step off the screen because I want to kind of show you the picture that we have so far that you can see. And from our Tyler cam, we've been dealing with some heavy rain that will continue again for the next 30 to 45 minutes. So just make sure that you are staying weather aware as you head out on the roads today, because it will be messy for the next couple of hours. Hopefully you don't have any urgent errands that you need to get taken care of. But again, if you have any plans and you're really anywhere in East Texas and you're seeing some rainfall right now, just know that you still have to deal with that for at least another 60 to 90 minutes. Now, I do want to switch our cameras from Tyler, and I want to take it to our studio cam, which is off of Troop in the Loop, a little closer to downtown Tyler. And you'll notice some heavy rain, and we could see some ponding and isolated roadways that typically don't take much to flood, unfortunately. So again, isolated flash flooding can't be ruled out today. And again, you're going to want to make sure you're just staying extra careful. Please just give yourself plenty of time if there's anywhere that you need to be urgently. I'm going to switch back over to Tyler. And again, heavy rain continuing to fall here really almost all along East Texas this morning. So I'm going to go backwards and get back to CBS 19 radar and see the full picture. So again, we've seen the heaviest of what I think is the gustiest of winds we could see in Tyler have passed, and still it will gust from time to time, but notice that the strongest of activity is going to be along this leading edge. So really, if you're anywhere along the leading edge, this is where the strongest of thunder showers and potential winds you may deal with, you'll continue to have to, unfortunately, bear with here for the next, again, 30 to 60 minutes is where we might end up with the heaviest of rain so far today. But again, given our drought situation, we could absolutely use every drop that falls out of the sky today. And the reason why is because all of East Texas dealing with some form of drought, not an extreme drought, but enough that I'm sure it's definitely noticeable, especially for our farmers in the area or anyone that is keeping care of any plants or gardening. I'm going to zoom on in and go from north to south and kind of just let everyone know here in the area where you might be continuing to deal with some showers or thunder showers. Luckily, as I had mentioned earlier, a little farther to the north, it's been a little weaker. Of course, definitely grateful for that. Along Interstate 30, those of you in Titus County seeing some heavy rain now make its way into Mount Pleasant along Highway 67 and Interstate 30. The heaviest of rain has already arrived, as well as the gustiest of winds in Winfield, as well as Monticello. Those of you in Harvard along Highway 271, be prepared for some heavy rain in your neighborhood soon. Those of you in Pittsburgh, it's on your doorstep as well. If you're a little farther east in Ebenezer, you probably have 5 to 10 minutes, but still, you'll deal with some heavy rain and gusty winds soon, so just be prepared for that, as well as for those of you in Argo and in Cookeville. So I'm going to stop the loop here so we can see that the leading edge, again, as I had mentioned, has arrived here in Titus County along Interstate 30, Highways 271 and Highway 67 towards Mount Pleasant, as well as towards Harvard, a little farther to the east, Cookeville, Argo. You're dry right now, but we will see some heavier showers and gusty winds make it into your area here soon. I'm going to do a quick update on the National Weather Service chat. I know we use this during warnings sometimes, and I just want to make sure that we don't have any ongoing warnings in our area. Luckily for us so far today, we have seen the strongest of showers and thunder showers well to our south. So if you, again, have any loved ones that live in near Houston, we do have a sister station there, KHOU, and you can get your latest forecast there. They do have ongoing severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings, so they are definitely on the air live, and you will be able to get your latest forecast from them. So it looks like as far as warnings in our area, in our viewing area so far today, we are continuing to stay free of any tornado warnings. Again, we do have a tornado watch in effect, so that could change, and you'll need to stay weather aware here for the next few hours. Let's move a little farther south. In between Interstate 30 and Interstate 20, the main line has arrived, and it is currently located near Pittsburgh along Highway 271. Again, be careful. You're about to get some heavy rain and gusty winds in your neighborhood here soon. A little farther south, Brumley, you're getting some heavy rain right now. I've probably just heard a rumble of thunder too, as you can see the lightning bolt being picked up on CBS 19 radar. Betty as well along Highway 271, seeing the leading edge of showers and thunderstorms in your area. Those of you in Ewell, I hope I said that correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't, but Ewell, New Mountain, Stamps, or City, Cedar Springs, you'll have some thunder showers on your doorstep here in the next 15 to 30 minutes. I'm going to do a zoomed in a zoomed in storm track, and we're going to continue to track this out. It's going a little farther off the screen there. Yeah, so those of you, will bump up the times here because it is a little bit slower than the actual movement. Remember, 30 miles per hour, so near Lafayette by, I'd call it 9:20 to 9:25 this morning. Diana, those of you there, be careful. Heavy rain will arrive on your doorstep in the next 15 to 30 minutes, as well as in Ore City, Lone Star, Warlock as well by the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to see some heavy rain move in. So let's continue to slowly move farther south. And we're actually going to move towards the strongest of thunder showers right now, currently located in Nacogdoches and Angelina counties, which is where we've seen some heavy rain. Those of you living in Lufkin, also around the city near Kelties, I hope I said that correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. Hurdy, Cedar Grove, Homer, Dunnigan, Moffett, I think that's Moffett. I hope that you're inside because you do have a lightning bolt that has popped up on CBS 19 radar, meaning we do have some lightning in the vicinity, as well as some heavy rain around the loop there in Lufkin towards highways 59 and 59G. So we are going to see this heavy rain and gusty winds arrive into your area. We could see wind gusts upwards of 40 to 45 miles per hour. So again, nothing you want to be caught outside, and you're definitely going to want to make sure that you're inside and at least staying out of the rain, because again, we do have the threat of some lightning too, and that's never something you want to be caught outside in. A little farther west, those of you who live in Peavey, Vare, as well as Hudson along Highway 103, definitely seeing some heavy rain, and I'm sure you're hearing some thunder as well being paired with this heavy rain, and this is going to continue again to move to the east at 30 to 35 miles per hour. A little farther north, Pollock, I hope I said that correctly, Central, Wells, dealing with some heavy rain as well as some thunder right now. So again, you don't want to be outside and get caught in this. A little farther to the north and east, Bonita Junction, Nacogdoches, Alazan, I hope I said that correctly, or Alazan, seeing some very heavy rain move into your neighborhood as well as some gusty winds. This will continue again to remove off to the east at 30 miles per hour. Some light rain starting to fall in Woden, as well as Cairo and Appleby and Mall as well. But you'll get some heavier rain, maybe even accompanied by some rumbles of thunder and gusty winds very, very shortly, as this line, again, is moving east at 30 to 35 miles per hour. So I'm going to take a little bit of a zoom out, and I'm going to add a storm track to it. And I'm also going to get a sip of something to drink so I can get a little bit of a better way to talk here. Again, this line moving eastward, 30 to 35 miles per hour. And I'm going to throw a storm track on it so those of you watching can get a better idea of timing. If you have any errands to run, I'd say at least wait another hour or so. And we're going to go ahead and move this outwards, about 30 to 35. We'll call it even at 32, eastward movement. Again, those of you in Diboll, light rain right now, but we'll see some heavier rain move into your neighborhood really any moment now, and that could be accompanied as well by some gusty winds, as well as the possibility of some thunder. A little farther to the east, Homer probably had some light rain move through recently, but your heaviest activity will arrive into your area over the next 5 to 10 minutes. Huntington, close to 9:30 this morning. Those of you who live in Aiken, 9:45, Sherino, 9:53, Zavala, close to 10 o'clock in Broadus by around 10:07. So going ahead and zooming on in here, I do want to show some other communities that'll be dealing with some heavier rain just to the east of Homer. So by around 9:30, those of you in Manning will be dealing with some heavy rain and some gusty winds. Also a little farther east there towards Dolan, you'll be dealing with some heavy rain and gusty winds here in the next 20 to 30 minutes. A little farther to the north, I'm going to try my best to pronounce that. I think that's Etol. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but again, you'll see some heavy rain here in the next 20 to 30 minutes, especially if you live along Highway 103 towards Broadus, Norwood, Sherino, Calgary, Aiken, Martinsville. These are all areas expected to see some heavy rain in the next hour. So I'd say if you have anything that you needed to take care of today, I'd probably just play it safe, wait till the second half of the day, because we're going to be full of sunshine by the end of the afternoon. Gotcha. So we got some reports in. Thank you to my director, Robert, for helping me out with what y'all are saying. We got some power outages in Alto. Whoever you are in Alto, these gusty winds, as this main line moves through, really anywhere along the leading edge of this line of showers and thunderstorms that you see where the arrow is pointing, there could be some concentrated wind gusts of 40 to 50, maybe even 60 miles per hour. And when you have those, all it can take is a swift motion of air, and that can be enough to knock out your power. So we could have some brief power outages throughout the remainder of the day today, and that's something we're going to continue to keep a close eye out for. We'll continue to monitor that as it happens. And then those of you in Rusk County right now, seeing some very heavy rainfall make its way into Henderson, probably some rumbles of thunder and gusty winds as we speak. Heavy rain as we speak as well in Laneville. Those of you, let me find out this highway for you, get a little zoomed in. Along Highway 64, Highway 259, and 43. If you're in these areas, expect some rainfall to be on your doorstep in the next 20 to 30 minutes. Those of you in Rusk County, I'm going to zoom out a touch more so I can get a better storm track, because sometimes if you're a little too zoomed in, they're not too great. But We'll take the storm track from the leading edge of where the gustiest of winds will be, as well as maybe even some very heavy rain and the possibility of some rumbles of thunder too. So here's our Rusk County storm track. Those of you in Mount Enterprise, 9:26 this morning, so here in the next 5 minutes, you'll get some heavy rain on your doorstep. 9:30 for those of you in Brockfield, I hope I said that right, Brakefield. I'm sorry again if I'm mispronouncing your town. Dotson, 9:43 this morning. Tatum at 9:52. Timpson at 9:58. And then a little farther east, you got a little more time if you are kind of out and about or stuck somewhere right now. Carthage, 10:09. Tenaha by 10:15 this morning. And then luckily for us, that means I think by the time we get to the 11 and 12 o'clock hour, I think we'll be able to really be clear for almost once we get showers moved to the east, we'll clear on out, and then we're going to be left with some sunshine by the end of the day today. I'm just doing a quick glance over the National Weather Service chat right now just to make sure that we don't have any issues as far as warned storms is concerned. Luckily, we haven't seen any pop up so far. But again, we've still got to just be careful for that, as we do have a tornado watch that's in effect here until 4 p.m. Trish is wondering what's going on in Longview. I will get to that once I finish reading this report here from the National Weather Service. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get towards Longview. So I'm going to clear this stuff out, throw the camera on, and we'll zoom on out and move into Gregg County. So those of you again in Gregg County, seeing some heavy rain move into White Oak, Kilgore, Kinslow, as well as Liberty City and Laird Hill. You're likely seeing some gusty winds, heavy rain, and probably hearing some rumbles of thunder too. A little farther to the east, those of you in Longview, be prepared for some heavy rain on your doorstep really any moment now here in the next couple of minutes. Gregton, Teneryville, Spring Hill, Seven Pines, Judson, all dealing with some heavy rainfall, or will be dealing with some heavy rainfall, I should say, in the next 30 to 45 minutes. East Mountain, you're dealing with some heavy rain as well as gusty winds, and probably hearing some rumbles of thunder too towards East Mountain, as well as in Gladewater, Liberty City as well. Those of you in Gum Springs, you're dry, but you will have some heavy rain arrive into your area in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So we can throw a little storm track here on Gregg County as to get an idea for everyone else in the rest of the county, and maybe if you live farther east into Harrison County or Marion County, just kind of give you a better idea of what's going on as we continue to keep a close eye out on these showers and thunderstorms and this line that is packed a punch in our area since at least about 6:30 this morning. So eastward movement here on our line of thunderstorms. Lakeport, Longview will be dealing with some rainfall here in the next few minutes. A little farther to the east in Harrelton, again, that's going to be closer to the 10 o'clock hour, as well as for those of you in Hallsville. So you've still got about, I'd call it 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes before you see your heavy rain arrive into your neighborhoods. Nesbitt close to 10:10 and Marshall by around 10:15, 10:20 this morning. So again, the latest update here on reflectivity shows that we do have some heavier rain that's, again, just to the west of Longview. If you've got any loved ones west of the city of Longview towards Gregton, maybe towards the airport, Teneryville, just tell them that you've got some heavy rain on the way and you need to be careful. Downtown Longview, or maybe you're north towards Lobo Stadium, towards Judson near the Loop on Longview. Still got a little bit of time to get inside and make sure you're prepped for the heavy rain, gusty winds, and maybe even some rumbles of thunder too that you'll see arrive into your area here for the next little while. So a big picture look here across East Texas, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the loop for us as well. So noticing that the heaviest of rain, the leading edge, moving into places such as Longview, through Henderson right now, even into Nacogdoches and Lufkin, and this is going to continue to do so again for the next couple of hours. Luckily for us, we have avoided so far today a couple of tornado warnings. Again, we've had those closer to towards Houston and Harris counties again, so that's something that we'll be keeping a very, very, very close eye out for. and it looks like that we'll continue to see some thunderstorms moving eastward. Again, these are moving at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. Morris and Lamar counties. Let's check in on those. I believe those are going to be closer towards Houston. Let me find a map here, my counties map. Texas has a lot of counties. I imagine with how big of it is as a state, it's probably one of the largest as far as county counts is in the country. Robert, would you be able to tell me one more time those counties, please? And what's the other one? Lamar and Morris County. Sorry, I just need to find those on the map, and then I can give your latest forecasts for them. So these are going to be Lamar and Morris counties. This is going to be up to the, let's see, Lamar and Morris counties. So Morris County is going to be a little farther to the north. That actually works out. I accidentally hit the wrong button there, but we'll get zoomed on in Morris County. You're seeing some heavy rain move into your area. I'd say you still probably have about 20 to 30 minutes. Again, let me put this on now and pause, and then I can throw a storm track on it again. 30 miles per hour off to the east. And you'll notice that, well, as we get into the 9:30, 9:40 hours towards Omaha, Dangerfield, that's when you'll see some rainfall arrive into your area. Hughes Springs, close to 10 o'clock. Bear with me if I pronounce these wrong. Again, I'm sorry. Avenger, or either of those pronunciations, you'll have some heavier rain and gusty winds in your neighborhood by 10 o'clock. Bear Creek towards 10:15, Linden eventually towards 10:25 and 10:30s this morning. It looks like that as we continue to get going over the next couple of hours, Lamar County is to the north and west. The heaviest of rain, the gustiest of winds for those of you in Lamar County has long gone, which is always some fantastic news. But anywhere, wherever you might be in Lamar County, whether it be Maxey, Belk, Powderly, Paris, Roxon, Beardstown, hopefully I said that correctly again, you're dealing with some heavy rain, might have some gusts from time to time. Maybe you can hear a rumble of thunder off in the distance, but once this heavy rain gets to your east, well, you'll be good for the rest of the day. And that's going to be the case for the rest of us for the rest of this morning. So here's again the embedded line of showers and thunderstorms. These are continuing to move eastward at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. And as they do, they will be packing a punch of heavy rain, gusty winds. You will hear some rumbles of thunder. Hopefully it isn't too frequent, because that means when we get a more frequent lightning, that just means we're seeing some intensification of thunderstorms. And you can see all up and down the line, we do have some lightning that is picked up, as you can tell from the lightning bolts popping up on CBS 19 radar. And again, once you're to the east, to the west of the rain, well, you're going to be done for the rest of the day. Dallas County had some heavier rain, some severe thunderstorm warnings earlier this morning. They have since cleared out, and they are now just going to be dealing with wind, and we'll see cloud cover clear out there as well. We'll be keeping a very close eye out through deep East Texas for the next couple of hours. This is our more prone environment today for the possibility of tornado development. Remember, we're not under a tornado warning, we're under a tornado watch until 4 p.m. That just means that all the counties that you see in light purple or pink on your screen, that includes Trinity County, that also includes Angelina County, San Augustine County, and Sabine County. This means that while there are not any ongoing tornado warnings, we do have conditions that are conducive and favorable for tornado development. So that just means that you're going to want to stay weather aware for the rest of the day, or at least until you get notification from us that the tornado watches have expired. So these are going to continue to move eastward again. This line of showers and thunderstorms moving eastward at 30 to 35 miles per hour. And again, if you are dealing with some gusty winds right now, some heavy rain, maybe even dealing with some rumbles of thunder, just know that after about an hour to 2 hours of rain, while I might add much needed rain, you're going to continue to slowly clear out. It will be mostly sunny by the end of the day. It will be windy, but it won't be too bad. So I'm reading over some National Weather Service stuff here just to make sure we're still all good on the warnings. And we have a damage report in the ear. In Lufkin, what is our report? North Timberland Drive. Oh, okay, so we'll have the possibility heavy winds might have knocked down a billboard on Timberland Drive in Lufkin. We do have the heaviest of rain and the gustiest of winds currently located over the loop right now in Lufkin. So all along Lufkin, you just need to stay inside right now. No warnings are in effect. That's good news, but still, no matter the gusts, whether it be 30, 40, 45, 25, these can all knock things over, such as tree limbs, power lines, in this case, a billboard. So again, those of you Nacogdoches, Lufkin, dealing with the heaviest of rain right now, also the gustiest of winds, and you're likely hearing some rumbles of thunder too. So you're going to want to stay where you are inside for the next 30 to 45 minutes as this line continues to make its way through. Once you hear the rumbles of thunder start to quiet down some and the rain start to quiet down some, that's when you'll know that the strongest of stuff in your area has passed. But still, you don't want to venture too far outdoors because that's still, with rumbles of thunder in the vicinity, that means lightning is around and you do not want to have to deal with that. We do have another damage report. If Robert, you're listening to me, or could write this down and relay it to the newsroom. Rusk County in Henderson Emergency Management has reported a wind gust of 45 miles per hour, and large limbs have been reported down off of trees. So again, in Henderson, we're currently dealing with the heaviest of rain right now, and we have large limb downs thanks to 45 mile per hour wind gusts. This line continuing to pack a punch and moving eastward at 30 to 35 miles per hour. So those of you in Rusk County located in Henderson, even in Longview, just to the north there in Gregg County, Mount Enterprise, Nacogdoches, all of these areas dealing with heavy rain, as well as some gusty winds, and I'm sure you're hearing some rumbles of thunder too. And I think the heaviest of rain that we're seeing right now, currently located in Appleby, I'm sure you're really hearing the wind whip there too, as well as the heavy rain and the rumbles of thunder being associated with that. We're also dealing with some thunderstorms in Nacogdoches currently so far this morning, as well as a little farther to the south and east. Those of you in Lufkin, Huntington, dealing with the heaviest of rain, Diboll, Pollock, all places with very heavy rain right now. I do want to read a report that I just got in from our friends at the National Weather Service. These new things that they've recently implemented called special weather statements. Essentially, not a warned storm, which means it's not very powerful, but it is strong enough to get the attention of the eye of people at the National Weather Center. So again, we're seeing this line has picked up a little bit of speed. We're close to 35 miles an hour right now. I'm going to do another storm track for those of you who live in Nacogdoches and Lufkin, as there is going to be some heavy rain continuing to move eastward at about 35 miles per hour. Let me stop the radar loop and put a little storm track here. So we'll get that around the leading edge, and voila. And we'll go eastward about 35 miles an hour, a little farther up to the north there because it does have a little northerly projection. And so here's your latest storm track, Nacogdoches and Angelina counties, 937 in Huntington. So here in the next couple of minutes, some very heavy rain is going to be on your doorstep. Chirino by 947, 956 in Zavala, and then some other communities, such as those of you who live in Jericho by 1005 this morning, 1008 in Center, 1020 in Shelbyville, and 1027 in East Liberty. So all of these communities still dealing with some heavy rain, gusty winds, gusts upwards of anywhere to 35 to 45 miles per hour, which again, not a severe thunderstorm warning, but still powerful enough that if you're outside, it can knock you off your feet. Powerful enough if you have any loose tree limbs, they could be blown off and blown over. Powerful enough for power lines to be knocked down. We had a billboard report in Lufkin that was knocked down. So still, again, not a warning, but still powerful enough that you've got to respect this and make sure you're not spending any unnecessary time outside. So it's something we're going to continue to keep a very close eye out for. Again, let's go ahead and get the big picture here. I'm going to reset briefly and get back to the full screen. Really, north to south, all across our viewing area, dealing with some heavy rain in the leading edge of these showers and thunderstorms. You can see on CBS 19 radar, they've made it about 2/3 of the way there. So by around, I'd call it 10 to 10:30, I'd say those of you in Carthage, Jefferson, Center, even into San Augustine and Hemp Hill, you'll be greeted by the heaviest of rain that's going to be associated with this area of showers and thunderstorms. Remember, we do have a tornado watch that's in effect for far southern portions of our viewing area, and we actually have had a couple of tornado warnings so far today, noticing that we've got one that's currently in effect just to the east of Beaumont along Interstate 10 towards Orange. So if you have any loved ones down there, or if you have any loved ones towards Houston right now, where we've got 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect with the tag of possibly having a little rotation in them, it looks like you're going to want to be careful, and you're going to want to still make sure you're staying weather aware, make sure your loved ones, we have sister stations down there that also will be providing really live coverage, especially if there's a tornado warning. You can view those, just look up KHOU in Houston. That's the station. If you want anything for the Houston area, continuous coverage there, you'll be able to keep an eye out for it. Through Deep East Texas again, that's where it looks like the strongest of thunderstorms are so far, especially those of you in Nacogdoches as well as into Lufkin. And before we end our coverage, I do want to kind of do a little tour of our weather cameras that we have so far that are online. We've got one right now in Tyler, really showing some heavy rain. Look at how slick the streets are along South Broadway and the Loop. Please, please, please be careful if you are headed out in the next couple of hours, even later on this afternoon, because we won't see them dry out until we get a little bit of sunshine. That'll help the roads recover. So that's going to cause a few issues for those of you who might be doing any traveling or any necessary errands. I'd say if there's any unnecessary errands that can be held off, I'd wait to do those at least until this afternoon. And looking from our CBS 19 studio camera here at Troop in the Loop, again, if you look closely, we do have some very slick streets. Traffic has picked up. And if you notice at the intersection there's a couple of cars turning right onto Troop Highway coming off of the Loop right at the bottom of the screen. Noticing that we are seeing a little bit of ponding on the roadways. And as we continue to get heavy rain, if you know of any places in your mind where you see very subtle ponding even from the lightest of rain, again, we could have some very isolated flash flooding that's not guaranteed, but still possible when you've got concentrated amounts of heavy rain like we do right now. So again, just make sure you're driving carefully, doing everything you need to do to protect yourself. And if you weren't watching earlier on the morning loop, the reason why we've got all these stronger thunderstorms is our storm system passing through. Here's a look at temperatures too. I did want to show you all those. Out ahead of the main line of showers and thunderstorms, it's currently very warm, very muggy. Some of us even in the upper 70s, low 80s. And then behind the front, or behind the line of showers and thunderstorms, I should say, low 60s thanks to the rain-cooled air, feeling very comfortable, but nothing you want to step out inside in, especially with how heavy rain is. I did want to update you again. Remember, for the remainder of the morning, we do have a level 2 of 5 risk through Deep East Texas, a level 1 of 5 risk for areas north of there. The reason why is our storm system looks like the more favorable environment for strong thunderstorm development, and even the possibility of tornadic development is currently through Deep East Texas. Luckily, the best environment today is to our south and east towards Houston, as well as into southern and central Louisiana. So again, while there is the possibility of some stronger thunderstorm development and the possibility still of a tornado warning or two, we're not dealing with the best environment, but we still have one that could form some tornadoes, which is why we've got the tornado watch in effect. And again, that's something that we'll keep a close eye out for. A low threat, but still there. Mainly, we're concerned about the possibility of some gusty winds, as well as isolated flash flooding and frequent lightning. Heavy rain could cause some power outages. I know we were talking about those a little earlier on, and those are going to be possible for the next couple of hours. I'm going to do a reset here. I want to show the 7-day forecast because once we get past, I'd call it 1 o'clock this afternoon, we're all going to be dry, and we're also all going to be mostly sunny. It will be windy and a little cooler, and then drier air continues to filter in overnight. Notice we fall into the mid and upper 50s and upper 60s for our high on Thursday. Windy as well. We might be needing to issue a wind advisory, which we'll be sure to keep you posted of if that's the case. Friday as well, sunshine, 60s, windy, and then a chilly morning. Saturday leads to a gorgeous afternoon full of sunshine. Our Halloween forecast, it'll be chilly in the morning, but again by the afternoon, if you're headed to any parties or events, Halloween afternoon, those will be fantastic. 10 out of 10 day with plenty of sunshine. And if you're coming to our trick-or-treat event, which we'd all love to see you there from 5 to 8 p.m., fantastic weather to get some candy, throw on your costume, especially those of you who might have a long sleeve costume. It'll be comfortable, especially once the sun goes down. It'll be a 10 out of 10 time to enjoy the holiday. Just got to get through this round of thunderstorms. Again, one last recap. We do have a tornado watch that's currently in effect until 4 p.m. for our southern counties, including towns such as Trinity, Lufkin, to Huntington, Diboll, St. Augustine, Hemp Hill. And this again will last until 4 p.m. as needed from the National Weather Service. We will see this tornado watch have counties canceled on it. So again, we'll be sure to keep you posted as that happens. And then a last look at CBS 19 radar, the line of showers and thunderstorms continuing to pack a punch, moving eastward at 30 to 35 miles per hour. We've got another cut-in coming in on CBS this morning here. It'll cut in during a commercial during Family Feud. You can track the latest forecast there. And then we'll do a little more continuous coverage soon thereafter. We'll get everything taken care of. So again, at 9:49, is that what time it is, Robert? 9:49. So 9:49, we'll have another update at your forecast with another look at CBS 19 radar. And then shortly thereafter, we'll regroup, rehuddle, and then do a little more continuous coverage. And then again, we'll have the noon show as well. So plenty of opportunities to get updates. If you haven't already done so, maybe tell a friend. Download the CBS 19 app. We'll be doing continuous coverage all throughout this morning. So stay safe out there, stay weather aware. We'll continue to keep you updated as necessary through the rest of this morning. And again, we've got another update coming up at 9:49.